CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chickens here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're getting you ready for the start of Season 62. We're going to be going over the potential Day 1 path. Now, as always, these Day 1 paths are subject to change. The best thing that you can always do is to wait for the season to actually start and see what people are actually playing. But it's fun to go over, and I think this one is actually pretty straightforward. So, yeah, let's go ahead and dive on into it. So, if you guys haven't seen, we already did the sneak peek. I did it with OP and Stoneheart, so make sure you check out that video for the full, breakdown overall of the entire tech tree in the season. This video is just going to be focusing on what to do right out of the gate, basically. And if you guys have not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Appreciate those of you using that code CHICKEN in the shop. And yeah, if you want to stay up to date on Season 62, as we always do, we're going to be posting videos throughout the season each and every day as everything changes. So, right out of the gates, I think what makes the most sense is Rifle and Zuka. Now, we have a lot of troops to pick from initially, and we have potentially Everspark available. There's a lot of stuff that we can get, but I think the best out of everything is going to be the Cryo Bomb. So if we get to that on Day 1, then I think we'll be looking pretty good, because the Cryo Bomb is going to allow basically any troop to be able to work, because it essentially shuts down all the defenses, it clears all the mines. They're fairly cheap to use, so you keep throwing them. It might actually pair well with Warriors, now that I'm looking at that. Warriors and Cryo Bomb could be a pretty deadly combo, because there are no Sky Shields early on, and we do have Flares and GBEs, so food for thought. But I think the safe play is to stick with Rifles and Zukas, skip some of this stuff. We don't need this multi-node, for example. It's cool that we're able to choose between these different things, but none of those are really helpful, so I would skip that for the time being. We can also skip Sniper Towers and Smokes. I would not skip Shock Mines. I think we're going to need, at least want to have those. They might actually be worth skipping if if everyone's running the Cryo Bomb, because then, they're kind of pointless. So you could be able to save some keys there maybe. But anyways, let's keep moving forward. So the one question will be, after we get to the Cryo Bomb, then where do we go? Do we want to get heavies? Or do we want to stay kind of on the straight and narrow path? We will have to get Zukas if we are going to get the Cryo Bomb. There's no way around that. Well, I guess unless you went up through Brick and then backwards, but that wouldn't really make sense. Yeah, so I think Cryo Bomb, building health, I think all the defenses are going to be fairly strong. We've got another multi-node selection over here before 4ER, and I think the double cannons are typically what people want to pick there, unless it is going to be a fizzle meta. Now, the thing to keep in mind is that even though the stats for this season, if we take a quick look here, they're all at 100%, and then there's a plus 30% potential in there towards the end on the multi-stat for some of them. Even though the stats are balanced, we don't have troop damage until, I don't even know when the first one shows up. There's troop health there, there's DBD, more troop health. Yeah, we don't get the first troop damage until, what is this, 5ER? Yeah, until 5 engines, or right close to the end of 4. And then the next one is almost the last one in the tech tree. So we don't have a lot of troop damage this season. So it's going to be more kind of slow roll. That's why the Cryo Bomb is going to be super helpful, just to make sure that we can actually get through these bases. So anyways, once we do that, I think what we're going to want to look at is picking up, all 4 of these nodes, just like I have unlocked here. Then I think we want to go to 4ER. And then at 4ER, there's also a lot of really good stuff. We've got a level 2 Doom Cannon. We've got shock launchers, DBD, mechs, which could actually be useful depending on how fizzly it gets. I mean, it's hard to say for sure right now. We also have the mortar right there. We could skip that and then just go straight up to 6. The penalty node is an interesting one. I don't know why they put it in front of Scorchers, because I think they probably meant to put it here to make a penalty node for unlocking Seekers. Seekers are going to be scary right away, because they're going to be early on with no sky shield. We do have shock launchers, thankfully. We have something to slow them down. But with crab bomb, they are going to be pretty much unstoppable. The only caveat is, like we said, there's no... At least the good thing with Seekers is if you negate that key loss of unlocking them. Next up, as we go into what is this? 6? No, this is 5. Yeah, so that's 4 to 5 ER. So 5 ER, we've got, kind of the opposite. As we came into 4 ER, we're seeing all these defenses. As we come into 5, we're seeing all this offensive stuff. So we got Laser Rangers, Remote Defib, Kavan, Troop Health. So yeah, I think this is going to be better, than really anything else. So the sooner that we can get to 5 and get into this stuff, that's probably going to be the better bet. And yeah, I like the top path here because it's all good stuff. Med kits, critter launchers, more building health. We have a troop boost down here. We have grenadiers down here. Rocket choppers down this way if you want to get them. But I think it makes more sense to come through this side. Again, sticking with the defense. I don't know what's going to be best here. Depends on what people are using at this point. And then we got our first troop damage there, so that's going to be helpful. And after 6, we got bombardiers. That's getting a little bit too far ahead. But I think out of the gates, guys, what makes the most sense is to stay on the defensive. I think the path, honestly, that I've unlocked here on the dev build is probably going to be the one that I'm using. Minus maybe the shock mines. I don't know if those are going to be totally worth it. I mean, we have to get regular mines here, so we're going to want to use that. But yeah, I think rifles and Zookas will be paired up with the cryo bomb. I think that'll be fine to get people going and get through these bases. The only difference would be maybe heavy Zooka with brick and battle orders with cryo bomb. That might be really fast. So you got to make your that's why you got to plan this stuff out a little bit in advance, because if you are going to go that way, you got to make sure that you're able to, number one, push when you actually open that stuff, because if not, you're going to be behind in keys, and then you've just unlocked something super expensive for essentially no benefit. So make sure that you can actually take advantage of that stuff if you are going to unlock it. But what I want to go over is more like the kind of safe path that makes sense for most people, and I think that's what we were looking at here. But yeah, it should be an interesting season, guys. A lot of new stuff, and it seems fairly balanced. So I'm hoping that it ends up playing out that way. And then down here in 6, we've got the speed serum, which is going to be interesting. I'm pretty excited for heavy chopper, bomber, Kavan, and speed serum. And the nice thing about that this season too is whenever we do get Kavan, we've already got rifles unlocked and maxed out. So that's going to be nice. That's going to be nice. So you guys let me know in the comments what you're thinking of for your day 1 path. That's kind of the way I'm leaning towards this one right out of the gates. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Check it out. Back.